Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today. My name is Khyati Vaidya, and I'm here to talk about peak planning. Quick show of hands. How many of you have had your inventory arrive too late for Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Well, that's exactly what we are here to prevent. Peak season is the most important time of the year, and planning ahead makes the difference between record sales and frustrating stockouts. As the lead for worldwide FBA capacity management team at Amazon, my goal is to help you navigate peak. This session will provide practical tips, key deadlines, and the tools that Amazon provides to help you maximize sales. With me is my colleague, Karen.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karen Shen, and I'm a product manager on the worldwide FBA capacity management team. My mission is to help sellers like you navigate peak season with ease and confidence.
Here's what we'll cover today. We will start with the critical deadlines that you need to know for peak season this year. Next, we will explain the philosophy behind Amazon's capacity approach and the tools that you can use to manage capacity effectively. Then, we'll share insights on what really happens inside Amazon's network during peak season and how you can optimize your inbound operations to minimize delays. Finally, we will conclude with an action plan and leave some time for questions. Let's cover the critical deadlines for peak season 2025. In order to maximize sales and keep your products Prime eligible, there are a few dates that you need to keep in mind. While end of November may seem quite far, we are actually in the middle of peak planning season. We just passed the deadline for deal submission for Prime Big Deal Days event, which will happen in early October. Coming up next on October 7th is a critical milestone, the deal submission cutoff for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Post this, we have a series of inbound cutoff dates based on the nature of your shipments. October 9th is the cutoff for AWD shipments. October 20th is the cutoff for FBA shipments using minimized splits. Finally, October 30th is the cutoff for Amazon optimized splits. Think of these as guardrails for peak. The sooner your shipments arrive to Amazon's network, the better chance they have of being received and available when customers begin to search for them. In prior peaks, we have also seen several incidents of port congestions and other supply chain disruptions. Hence, we encourage you to build buffer in your planning to manage these uncertainties.
Awesome. Thanks for covering the key dates, Khyati. Let's switch gear a bit here. How many of you have wondered, why can't I send all my inventory to the fulfillment centers at once and not have to worry about it during peak? It's a fair question. And the answer comes down to how our network is built and why capacity plays such a crucial role in your holiday sales success. So let me explain Amazon's philosophy on capacity management and what that means for your business. Our approach is based on three key concepts. First, we have a fulfillment network that is built for speed and optimized to deliver products quickly to customers. This network is best suited for inventory that is actively selling and needs immediate fulfillment. Second, we have a storage network, like AWD, that is designed for bulk storage to keep costs low and connects seamlessly to our fulfillment centers for replenishments. And then third, we have to take a balanced approach. We cannot store all the safety stocks in the fulfillment network. We need to spread volume across both networks to make sure we're able to deliver products quickly without overloading the fulfillment network. This ensures we're able to serve all sellers and customers effectively. So to put this philosophy into action, we have built a set of tools specifically around this. Value recovery helps you clear slow-moving inventory to make room for your best sellers. AWD is our low-cost storage solution with auto replenishments to fulfillment centers based on demand. Capacity Monitor shows you your limit in the fulfillment centers for the next 3 months. And then last but not least, Capacity Manager lets you request for additional space in the fulfillment network when you need it. So let's take a closer look at AWD. With AWD, you can send larger quantities of inventory at lower costs and replenish it into the fulfillment centers when you need it. To maintain fast, reliable processing and replenishment times, AWD capacity may be limited in certain regions during peak, so we recommend checking multiple locations and then being more flexible when you're planning your shipments. The pricing is pay as you go, and then there are no peak surcharges. And inventory that is auto-replenished from AWD doesn't count against your FBA limits. So here's a quote from our seller cover store showing how to use AWD strategically. So they plan to send tree covers to AWD in July and then have it auto-replenished to the fulfillment centers during peak. This way, the inventory is available without having to pay for those higher storage fees. Capacity Monitor is your control panel. It shows you your fulfillment center capacity for the next 3 months by storage type. You can also see your current utilization, which is your on-hand inventory plus open shipments. Your limit is set based on a number of factors, like your IPI score, historical sales and sales forecast for your products, your shipment lead times, and also how much capacity we have available in our fulfillment centers. Now, while we set these limits based on what we know, you are the expert of your own business. You might have scheduled deals, running promotions, or launching new products that Amazon doesn't know about when setting your limit. And that's where Capacity Manager comes in. It's a self-service tool that lets you request for additional space based on a reservation fee that you specify. Think of this tool like your safety valve for growth and for unexpected demand. You can submit a request for any future period where a confirmed or estimated limit has been announced. So behind the scene, we'll compile all the requests that we've received for a given period and storage type, and then rank them based on reservation fee. The requests are granted in descending order based on reservation fee until we have run out of capacity to grant through the program. If your request isn't granted in the initial round, it will stay in pending status and it will be evaluated again in future rounds. We recommend prioritizing the additional capacity for fast-selling products, and also leverage this tool early on to get the additional capacity that you need for meeting peak demand. Here's the outcome Capacity Manager is already having for our US sellers. Year to date, over 80% of our US sellers who were granted limit increase were able to offset 100% of their reservation fees through performance credits. In other words, the additional space that they requested paid for itself through sales performance. And sellers generated over $100 million in incremental sales in Q4 of last year alone from using the additional capacity from Capacity Manager. That's really impressive and awesome. So we have some specific guidelines around using Capacity Manager. For US sellers, you can request up to 25% over your base limit or 2,500 cubic feet for a given storage type and period. To maximize your chances of approval for your request, I recommend downloading the historical reservation fee report in Capacity Manager. It's a PDF that shows you the level of clearing prices that have been successful in the recent periods, which gives you a pretty good baseline for when you're submitting your requests. The clearing prices are expected to be higher during peak, so I also recommend checking the status of your request, and if it isn't granted in the first round, resubmit a new one with an updated reservation fee. And make sure to take advantage of the early release feature of Capacity Manager. If your request is granted, you get early access to that additional capacity 1 month before the request period. This allows you to send your shipments early and then have your inventory pre-positioned in the fulfillment centers during the request period. And then you can earn performance credits from sales generated using the additional capacity, which can help you offset up to 100% of the reservation fees. So send products using additional capacity that you're confident of selling.
Now that Karen has walked you all through capacity tools, let's talk about the next critical leg, inbound operations. We heard you loud and clear regarding the common frustration many of you may have experienced last holiday season around unpredictable lead times and processing delays. Let me share some perspective on what happens inside Amazon's network during peak season. During peak, our network experiences a surge in inbound volume. This chart shows just how dramatic the spike can be. Receive delays hurt everyone involved. For you, our selling partners, it means delayed inventory availability and potential lost sales. For Amazon, it means increased costs and customer promise risk. Ultimately, this hurts customers through reduced selection and slower delivery speeds. This is why we are approaching this as a partnership. While Amazon is continuously investing in capacity and increasing receiving capabilities, we also need your help for strategic inbound planning. By working together, we can smooth out these volumes, achieving better outcomes for everyone. Let's talk about how we can do this. We are thrilled to announce 2 powerful solutions that will transform how you ship to Amazon. First, we are introducing real-time regional visibility. You will know exactly which regions are experiencing delays, helping you make smarter, more cost-effective decisions. You can use this information to determine trade-offs between lead time and costs. Second, we are introducing priority processing for on-time deliveries. Today, when you use your own carrier, you provide a delivery window. And when you use an Amazon-managed carrier, you inform us when you ship. Delivery windows are expected weeks of when your shipments will arrive at Amazon's network. We use this information provided by you to plan our operations so we can process your shipments timely. When your shipments arrive within the scheduled delivery window, they will receive priority processing and appointments. So please work with your carriers to provide accurate delivery windows so your shipments do not have to face appointment delays and will be prioritized in processing when they arrive on time. Remember that you provide this delivery window at the time of shipment creation, and we understand that transit times can fluctuate. So please work with your carrier to update the delivery window anytime while the shipments are in transit. By knowing which regions are experiencing delays, you can plan your shipments more effectively. One key pattern we have observed is that the West Coast tends to experience much higher congestion during the holiday season. In order to get around this, we suggest that you consider routing your shipments to East and Central regions. It can significantly reduce the risk of delays. Next, let's talk about some of the best practices based on the carrier type of your shipment. If you are using a self-managed carrier, please provide an accurate 7-day delivery window for international and domestic shipments, and keep them updated if the arrival times change. If you are using an Amazon-managed carrier, such as PCP, Amazon Global Logistics, or Send, please provide a ship date or a freight-ready date, and Amazon will take care of managing the delivery window for you. If you are using ShipTrack, you are responsible for the overall delivery window compliance. Finally, let's cover some best practices for shipment creation and appointments. Scheduling appointments at least 7 days ahead of time will ensure that you will not get caught in bottlenecks. Second, consider using Amazon-managed services or ShipTrack to simplify compliance. Finally, please double-check the destination address, the tracking details, and the box content information for your shipments. Another practical tip is to schedule your appointments during off-peak hours, such as nights and weekends. It can help you secure appointments earlier. Together, these practices reduce friction and improve speed for everyone. Our final section is all about the execution plan. Think of this as a guide for navigating the holiday season with fewer surprises and more sales. When it comes to peak readiness, 3 golden rules stand out. First, plan ahead for the capacity you need to meet the holiday demand. This is the foundation. Second, schedule your shipments early and provide accurate delivery windows. This minimizes processing delays. And finally, ensure that you are maintaining minimum inventory health across all your products. This allows Amazon to spread your products in our network close to as many customers as possible.
So every seller's capacity needs are going to be different during peak, which is why creating a customized plan that works for you is important. Here are some general guidelines. Use the capacity monitor to track your limits and plan ahead for how much capacity you would need throughout peak. Prioritize using your base limit for sending in your peak selection first. And free up more space by clearing out your excess or unhealthy inventory. By not clearing out excess or unhealthy inventory, you're reducing the room that is available to you to bring in the products that customers are looking for during peak. So we have several value recovery options available, like liquidation, grade and resale, and also outlet deals. So please take advantage of those. And use Capacity Manager if you need additional capacity for those fast-selling products. Make sure that you're bidding at the latest settlement prices to stay competitive, and then earn performance credits, which can help you offset up to 100% of your reservation fees. And then finally, for sellers in the US, consider using storage solutions like AWD for storing your post-holiday demand in late November and December. To maintain fast, reliable replenishments to fulfillment centers during peak, AWD capacity may be limited during certain regions. So having flexible storage options can also help you manage your inventory more effectively. And timing is everything during peak. To set yourself up for success, send your shipments early. Remember, the fulfillment centers are only going to get busier the closer we get to peak. So book your delivery appointments at least 7 days before the inbound cutoff dates to avoid delay. Keep in mind that the time slots are going to be more limited during peak weeks, so booking earlier gives you the best chance of getting the time slot that you prefer. And if you're using Amazon Partner Carrier, schedule your carrier pickup at least 14 days before the inbound cutoff dates. And remember, always account for some buffer time. Booking well ahead to account for disruptions like port closures, custom delays, carrier and supplier issues, and then network constraints. The closer that we get to peak, the more sellers are trying to get their inventory in, which can lead to longer processing times and also more limited delivery window availabilities. So please plan ahead. And then once your shipments arrive, the goal is to get them received quickly and timely. There are 3 things that can help avoid delays. 1, provide accurate delivery windows and tracking IDs for all of your inbound shipments. This reduces wait times and actually enables smoother processing of your inventory into the network. And then 2, consider using Amazon Partner Carrier or Amazon Freight for faster redirection and reduce receive times. 3, take advantage of the night and weekend deliveries, which oftentimes are gonna get you earlier appointments and help spread the inbound demand more evenly. Finally, let's talk about managing your inventory during peak. Start by preparing your due inventory. Send them early to make sure that they're received, stored, and ready to sell before your due start dates. Next, check the inventory health of your products regularly on the FBA inventory page. If you need a deeper level view, use the FBA inventory report. Then, set the right stock targets by maintaining minimum inventory level across all of your products. This enables us to spread your inventory to be close to as many customers as possible and maintain optimal placements of your product across our entire fulfillment network. And then throughout peak season, maintain healthy inventory. Leverage the demand forecast tool to get forward-looking insights on projected stockouts, demand changes. This allows you to adjust your inventory strategy more proactively rather than reactively. So by leveraging these best practices that we have covered, you will not only survive peak season, but you'll be able to maximize sales and avoid very costly pitfalls.